Turn this old go-kart into a sweet Haunted Mansion Doom Buggy. Let's be real, I don't need a Disney Haunted Mansion Doom Buggy. Or do I? Who would have thought that leaving it outside for 20 years would seize up the engine, the chain, the steering? Literally every moving part on this kart was rust welded together. Rust welding, it's a real thing. So let's tear it all down. The frame is all stripped down, and you may not have noticed that this rear bolt was actually broken off. So I re-welded that on. Now we've got that fourth tire to ride on. Now I've got this little 24-volt electric motor, and it just so happens that it's the exact same one that the channel President Shea put on their electric drift kart.
We just burnt up the motor. Dude, whoa, the motor! Oh my gosh.
Okay, looks like we're going with a different motor. So I went out to Electro Co and ordered a 5,000 watt motor, and it doesn't look that much bigger, but this motor puts out more power than the Harbor Freight Predator 212. So to match that motor, I picked up a behemoth 76 volt 20 amp hour battery. This thing is gonna be awesome. But first we need to test this all out. It really is foolproof. Blue to blue, green to green, yellow to yellow. Yeah, baby, let's go throw it on the cart. And well, looks like we gotta go fabricate a little bracket. I want to be able to reuse these existing engine mount slots so then I can actually move my little adapter back and forth for the perfect chain tension. Now the plan is pretty simple. Let's add some angle on top of here just to raise up the motor, and then I can push it out. Now we can put the motor on the frame, and here's a little fabrication trick to match mark those bolts. Get a piece of cardboard or paper with a center punch, and you only have to get it in the general area, and then being a center punch, it will actually make the hole in the exact center of the motor. Not sponsored, but Evolution chop saws are freaking amazing. These things are an animal, and I love that saw. And we don't want the battery to be flopping all around, so I'm reusing a couple of those existing supports and adding this little piece of angle and plate for the battery to sit in. Here's a little important part. Make sure you hit the battery with as many sparks as possible. I'm an idiot. This is right about the height of the seat. I don't really want the steering wheel under my knees, so let's chop it up and extend this steering wheel. But no going back now. So a little chop here, some grinding there, here attack, there attack, and voila. Motor connected, battery hooked up. I don't have brakes, so don't do this at home, but let's just go test it around really quick. Up to this point, we've just got a cool electric go-kart. Now it's time to actually make it look like a dune buggy, and what better way than to get actual dimensions from the ride itself? Now my kids would like to think that I went because of them, but in reality I flew my entire family out just to get some good dimensions of the legit dune buggy. I started out the frame with some OSB and 2x4s. And of course, to optimize a 4x8 sheet, I made this cutout so then I could do both sides with one sheet. Sometimes I do think ahead. Or is it just that a broken clock is right 2 times a day? One requirement I did want to make is for this outer shell to be easily removable. Done! The front was put together just like the back frame with some more OSB and 2x4s. I did want to make the front be able to rotate, and so then we can get in and out of the ride easier. With the initial test ride, I figured you better have something to hold on to. So I had this 1-inch aluminum bar just lying around, and it ended up being perfect as a handlebar for the passenger. Now I did need to work out some of the drivetrain details, like hooking up the brake. I ended up just using the same rod that came with it. I did get a new brake band, which does work awesome. The throttle cable, I added this little bracket to the back where the cable switch can be hooked up to, mounted the controller, did some cable cleanup, and we're set. Now for the biggest transformation, this is marine grade vinyl, and I've used it a bunch for go-kart seats, and it works and looks amazing. And being marine grade, it's waterproof. Now I learned a ton, and here are some suggestions that I would do if I were to start over again. I would actually cover each panel individually, like I did this seat. And that's because it just looks so much better, and being such odd shape, it's really hard to curve that, the fabric around the edges without having too many wrinkles. So, it might take an extra minute to cover each one, but in the end it would look so much better. So cover this, I moved that, slide this in there, and now we have an awesome looking shell. Adding some official signs, and we are complete. All right, let's scoot over and test this thing out. Oh, and in case you care, the controls, yes, I do have the on-off switch up here, along with the speed controller, and the top speed is about 40 miles per hour, which is cooking for a kart like this, especially since I've got pretty much a giant sail here on the back. Either way, I typically only go up to about 20. That's plenty fast enough. Until the next one, we'll see you next time.